Hi guys, I'm Pavani Mangana and you are joining with Pickle Podcast. So, how do you feel in these days? In my case, I'm so fed up and stressed because of my personal works, exams, and definitely because of this hot weather. I knew this hot weather hit harder than we thought for everyone. We need a way to out from this stress. Normally, I love to travel and planting when I'm stressful. But because of this hot weather, I can't go out. I don't have mood. So I go through my bookshelf. I even don't have mood to read a book. Then I found something interesting. That was, can you guess what? That was adult coloring books. Yeah, you heard me right. Adult coloring books. Luckily, I own color pencils, so I started coloring. When I am going with colors, when I am trying to find better colors for the petals and better color for the shapes, I forgot my stress. I can focus. It's like I went to my childhood again. When was the last time you painted a picture? When I was a kid, not only me, all of us, we love colors, we love paintings. We did painting all over the walls and the floor, every space we can see. But when we are getting older, when we are become adults, we forget about these painting things. If you are not an artist, when I found this coloring thing is very interesting and enjoyable, I'm thinking why I was forgot about it. Why I forgot the color pencils, watercolors, anything. In these adult color books, we can see a picture which made by small pieces, geometric shapes, and different type of arts. Number of pieces included in a one picture. There is another beautiful name for this kind of art, mandala art. Do you ever heard about it? Or do you familiar with the mandala art? Maybe you are, maybe you are not. If you are not knowing what is this mandala art, think about the geometric patterns drawn on the ceiling of temples. Mandala art is colorful and has geometric designs. Now you can remember what are those. Most of the temple ceilings decorated by these mandala arts because mandala art first appeared in Buddhist art in India. Buddhist missionaries spread the mandala to other societies by traveling along the Silk Road. Silk Road is very popular in Sri Lanka and also India. So, mandala art became well known in China, India, Japan, and Tibet by the 4th century. Then it spread across continents, influencing art in other regions too, including Nepal, Bhutan, and Paris. Do you know why Buddhists use mandala arts? They used as instrument of meditation and symbol of prayers. And they are used as a form of art therapy to help reduce stress and anxiety. Mandala are used to connect with inner thoughts and feelings. And they are used to envision how to achieve the perfect self. Do you know how mandala art created. Mandala can be created with any material and in any size. It doesn't matter, okay? They're typically produced on a paper or cloth. Normally, most of the time we use paper because it's easy to coloring on the paper than color on a cloth. Do you know Tibetan Buddhists have long created mandalas out of colored sand? It's like a meditation for them. You can see there are a lot of ways to create mandalas, but as for us, what we need to do is be relaxed. So we need to color. There are a lot of adult coloring book in the bookstores. But if you can't afford, don't worry, you can draw art by yourself. Drawing mandala art is take time and doing and coloring also take time. If you want to be relaxed, you have to focus on what you're doing. So drawing mandala art is not that much easy, at the same time it's not that much hard. You have to do is choose some simple arts. As a help, I'll add some simple mandalas in the comment section also. So you can go through them and you can choose one. If you're not interested with those, it's easy. Search on Google and find some beautiful mandalas. If you are experienced artist, you can do a better job. Anyway, now let me say you how this arts and coloring help us to be relaxed. As mentioned before, as mentioned before, it relieves our stress. You know how? Coloring is a repetitive activity that requires attention to detail. When you are focused on coloring, you are not paying attention to other things that may have caused stress throughout the day, like my exams, my personal works, this hot weather. More than focusing on other things, I'm focusing on the coloring because I should have to color those small pieces very carefully. If my attention went away, I couldn't color well. I couldn't color well inside the geometric piece or any kind of shape. And starting or ending your day by coloring a page out of an adult coloring book, you can stir up feelings of nostalgia and remind you of your childhood. Like I said before, when I'm starting drawing, I went to my childhood. With this connection to a time when things were typically less stressful can also help you relax. With this connection to a time when things were typically less stressful and can also help you relax. Can't you sleep well at the night? Are you wake up middle of the night or early in the morning than you think? If so, color before bed. If you do so, you are likely to sleep better than if you are scrolled on your phone. We all know this blue light from our phone or tablet can hinder our sleep quality. It's said by a lot of study, but still, it's not easy to put down our phone before we close our eyes. So keep it away and took your mandala art or a adult coloring book and do some coloring. Then you can sleep better than you scroll down your phone at the other days. Remember, you are keeping electronics out of the bedroom, allowing your melatonin levels to release naturally as your body gets ready for sleep. That's why you must be coloring in a book before bed. Instead, do you ever hit by anxiety? If you don't know about what is anxiety is, it is a feeling of fear, dread and uneasiness. It might cause you to sweat, feel restless and tense, and have a rapid heartbeat. It's a part of stress actually. It's like a upper version of stress because if we are not familiar with our works or we have problem at work before taking test or before making an important decision, sometimes we felt like this. If you feel like you have anxiety, there is way to be normal. This is not said by me, but some study. Coloring for 20 minutes or more is an effective way to lower your heart rate and decrease feeling of anxiety. In the studies, coloring more intricate, coloring more intricate, coloring more intricate designs like mandala was more effective than coloring in a plate pattern or blank page. So remember this thing. If you start coloring when you felt like you're having anxiety, it will improve your mood and enhance your mindfulness and also reduced mental health stress. With that, your heart rate become normal and your fears goes away. By coloring, you're helping more than just your mind relax and function better. You're also helping your body. How coloring helping your body? When the when the stress relief from coloring, it helps reduce the anxiety you are feeling. When you relieve stress and tension from your body, fatigue, things like that. And there is another chance. Coloring help to reduce depression. If you felt like you are going to have depression or you're already living with depression, start coloring on mandala. But remember one thing very well, that is this coloring is not cure your depression or anxiety. It's only help to reduce. Remember, it's only reduce. So if you felt like you are enjoying coloring, you should practice it regularly. You know, these coloring books are great way to relax your brain and quiet your mind. When you're coloring, you're focused on the simple activity in front of you. As we talked earlier, it begins to relax your mind and keep your thoughts from intruding. In this case, coloring can also improve your brain's ability to function because you're focusing on one thing and your brain don't waste its energy. When you choose what color to use, your creativity is activated. As your color forms and shapes, your logic is also activated. This is how your brain improves brain function. Normally, how do you deal with painful or difficult feelings? Do you know how popular singer Taylor Swift doing it? She hid her pain and feelings inside the songs. That's why her songs are so popular. In my case, it is same. As a writer, I'm hiding my painful feelings and difficult feeling inside the story or a poem. or maybe inside the journaling. I know everyone couldn't do it. If you feel like I'm not a writer, when I'm saying this, you can say I'm not a writer, I can't write. It's okay. This is why I'm telling you start coloring. Coloring has a similar effect like writing. Coloring freehand or in coloring books can facilitate emotional processing and healing. Since it offers a way to let out negative or unwanted emotions instead of bottling them up inside. So, if you couldn't process your emotions, take out your adult coloring book or your mandala art with some colors, then start coloring. It will be a better therapy. Another study saying coloring induced meditative states. They have shown that focusing on the complex structure of your coloring page can help put your mind into a meditative state. The meditative state occurs when you stop focusing on future or past worries and only focus on the present. Focusing on a single action like coloring suspends your inner dialogue and removes negative thoughts and emotions from your mind. You'll get better at meditation the longer you practice it with coloring. There's another study says coloring induces meditative status. How? This is how. The meditative state occurs when you stop focusing on future or past worries and only focus on the present. Focusing on a single action like coloring suspends your inner dialogue and removes negative thoughts and emotions from your mind. In this way, your mind will be empty and it will be relaxed. In my case, when I'm trying to meditate, I couldn't focus well because my mind was here and there. So it's not easy to focus on my breathing patterns or about one thing. Maybe you also even face those problems when you try to do meditate. So as I found, this coloring can boost our ability to meditate. Because when I'm coloring, I learn how to focus and keep attention on the picture. It's improved concentration, increased awareness of our surrounding and ourselves. When we learn how to concentrate, how to focus and attention, we can meditate better than earlier. So if you practicing coloring in regularly, you can have numerous mental health benefits and also physical. Lower blood pressure, improved immune function are some of them. Fine. Maybe you can find some more benefits than I mentioned here. But I guess you learned something new and I hope you enjoy my podcast. See you again in next Friday at this 7:30 a.m.